Hello and welcome to this short presentation on the xvid capability framework. The first couple of slides I'll skip over quite quickly. They describe how the project was set up and how the capability framework was constructed through research and consultancy across Australia. There are some products available to support the capability framework, and I'll show you a couple of those products. So what is it? The capability framework describes the skills and knowledge that our VET practitioners need, and it describes them at various levels. The way that this can be used is by individual practitioners so that they can map themselves against each of their capability areas. There are domains which we'll go into and have a look at, but also for managers in a process of performance management and planning for professional development. So I'll just skip through the next couple of slides which describe how the framework was set up, and the next slide there which was how it was developed. And let's have a look at the framework itself. So the framework consists of 4 domains: areas of work, or what people do, and 6 skill areas, which are the ways of working or skills to be applied. It covers 3 practitioner levels, and each domain a practitioner can then identify their own capabilities. And there's going to be a mixture. So what they've done also to support people who want to do self-assessment is that there is an Excel spreadsheet, which is a live document that then scores you so that you can work out where your professional development requirements are. So here you can see a larger version of that framework with its domains of teaching, assessment, industry and community collaboration, systems and compliance. Overall then we have areas of leadership, ethics, cultural competence, innovation, teamwork and communication, evidence-based practice and research. So for looking at the first domain of teaching, and you can see that that's then broken up into various areas. A first level practitioner is described in this slide. So in the area of learning theories, a first level practitioner would be able to demonstrate an awareness of educational theories, determine applicability of theories to the learning needs of individuals and groups. In the area of design, the learning or first level practitioner would be able to contribute to the development of resources and programs that generate authentic learning experiences and contribute to the design of flexible learning strategies. Facilitation, a first level practitioner would be able to use strategies and skills to ensure the learner engagement and achievement of learning outcomes, and create supportive learner interrelationships and use a range of technologies effectively. A first level practitioner in the area of evaluation would be able to contribute to program evaluation, would seek regular feedback to evaluate their own performance and plan for improvements. So that's in the domain of teaching with the headings of learning theories, design, facilitation and evaluation. I should say that there is an additional resource available through IBSA, which is a card set that can be used in a variety of ways. One quite good innovation is to use it to work out job descriptions or to work out gaps in a skills mix for a group of people that you might be putting together for a particular project. So that's the first level practitioner in teaching. Now the other domains, the second level practitioner, you'll see that the capabilities rise up in level. So we have in learning theories, they're able to investigate a range of learning theories to expand and improve teaching repertoire for a range of learners. Design, they design learning programs that meet industry expectations and provide meaningful learning experiences. And as you can see, facilitation and evaluation, those domain areas of capability increase. and then third level practitioner. So there are 3 levels. And you can see the difference between a first level practitioner and third level practitioner. A good example in the area of evaluation, where a third level practitioner might rate themselves or be rated as being able to negotiate with clients and stakeholders to identify measures of success in evaluation strategy. A third level practitioner would be able to develop and implement tools and techniques to evaluate program outcomes, so a much broader view, and report on evaluation outcomes and recommend system improvements. The second domain is in the area of assessment, and again you can see that there are areas of capability described. Let's take a validation for example. A first level practitioner may be expected to be able to participate in assessment validation processes. If we look now to validation on the second level practitioner, they would actively contribute to assessment validation processes and use those outcomes to improve practice. And just skipping ahead to a third level practitioner in validation would coordinate industry validation, critically evaluate validation outcomes and implement improvements to assessment strategies. So here you can see the difference between what we would consider a beginning teacher here at the Institute and perhaps someone who's an ASL 1 or 2, the difference there. The third domain covers industry and community collaboration, and I'd be interested here to have a look at what happens in the capabilities around networks. Excuse me. So you can see that in networks, a first level practitioner or a beginner might be participating in those networks, whereas a second level practitioner looks at engaging in networks to support sharing of vocational and learning and assessment knowledge and skills, and a third level would demonstrate leadership. Although these aren't competencies, they are rather capabilities. You can see that they're similar in a sense to our levels that we're used to working with. From being a practitioner, being supervised or participating, then you become someone at third level who's actually a leader in these processes. Systems and compliance. This is of course of interest to us, having just had the audit. So if we have a look at systems or standards, the first capability section, if you're a first level practitioner, you would be expected to understand national VET quality standards, relevant legislation, and ensure compliance in your own work practice. In the second level, develop approaches to meet compliance requirements and continually improve practice. I think you can start to see now how an individual would use this to rate themselves and perhaps look towards their SPIRE, so that they could have some areas that they could bring to their portfolio manager, or a portfolio manager could use this tool in order to discuss with a staff member where they might be doing some professional development. The third level practitioner then is ensuring team compliance with national VET quality standards and relevant legislation and regulations, and that's where we have our ASL 1s and 2s and some of our other staff who work in that area and at that level. We've also got the areas of work skills, and this explains the outer circle in the original model: the evidence-based practice and research, leadership, ethics, cultural competence, innovation, teamwork and communication. So let's just have a look at innovation, for example. The first level practitioner contributes. The second level generates ideas. And the third level encourages staff to generate and share new and different approaches and advocates for change. So that's the end of the slideshow, and what I'd like to do now is just take you to the Excel spreadsheet. This is the resource I was explaining earlier that can be used. It's a live document, so an individual could then rate themselves, and you can see that those 4 domains of teaching, assessment, industry and community collaboration, and systems and compliance are all there. How do you rate yourself? And if you wanted to do a 360 evaluation, feedback loop, you could use the how do you rate your peer, and if you were using the management, then how do you rate your employee. So, and those are the work skill areas as well. So that's one of the other resources that are available, and I think quite a useful one. Won't save that. And finally, there is a PDF which is available, and I'll just show you the contents and the frontispiece here. Sorry, it's a free document that's available from IBSA, and it explains the implementation of the framework, and basically goes through what I've said about the ways that it could be used. It also has some examples of case studies where people have actually rated themselves, a beginning practitioner and an extended practitioner. So it's quite a useful document, and I think that it may be something that you'd like to consider using yourself or using with staff, and possibly using it in teamwork where we're developing some plans for professional development. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation, and I thank you very much for attending.